Welcome to the DIYS podcast. You're welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the around the world. We are here again. We are the DIYS podcast, and then the meaning is the Do It Yourself podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing this, and today is the seventh episode. Seventh episode. Kevin, we are moving.
just like
We are moving.
just
And
like a dream.
exactly. So we want to appreciate you guys that you have been around, and then we want to say thank you. And at the same time, today we are here again. So my name is the one and only Sir Patrick Omotayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one and only. Any other Patrick Omotayo is a counterfeit. So you know that. So my co-host is around here. I'm the host of the DIYS podcast, and my co-host is here, sitting right beside me. I will let him talk. Talk your talk.
I was waiting, I was waiting for you to bring me. I wanted to jump in. I wanted to dive inside. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to our listenership. Shout out to our viewership. Shout out to everybody that's listening to the DIYs podcast. If you've come across it, if you've seen it, if you've listened to it, I just want to say a big shout out to you guys. Once again, I go by the name Kelvin Armani. You know, I'm your co-host of the DIYs podcast, which means the Do It Yourself podcast. And you're probably wondering why we don't have a guest today. Well, that's because sometimes myself, and Sir Patrick, and the one and only Sir Patrick, would always have our own opinion, or we just have like discussions that we discuss around the house, and we feel like let's share with the people and let's get their thoughts. And that leads me to every human being that is leaving us comments and feedbacks in the comment section. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
Trust me, we see everything and we reply. And we are working on whatever it is that you want us to work on. And once again, this is the DIYs podcast. I go by the name Kelvin Armani. And if you are listening to us on audio right now, Audio Mac, SoundCloud, wherever you're listening to us, Facebook,
all over.
and you want to see what's going on in the studio, you want to see what me and Sir Patrick look like, you want to see how we are doing, you want to see this conversation, because this is going to be a hot conversation, just go to www.youtube.com/Sir Patrick Omotayo. Because, see, I've been trying to explain to people the content that is available on that page, but it seems like they're not understanding the message I'm trying to pass across. Let me just tell you again. See, on that page, there are amazing contents, amazing videos.
Thank you.
From all walks of life by myself and Sir Patrick. So if you want to get inspired, if you're in the business world, whatever you do, and you just need someone to motivate you, someone to push you, just go to that page and trust me, you'll learn something. And if you don't learn anything, come to my Instagram and bug me. Like I always say, come to my Instagram. My Instagram is in this video. Come and bug me. Yeah. Sir Patrick, you're the pilot. So yeah, let's kick off the show.
Oh, yeah. So, thank you, Kevin. You have been able to say it all. Like, we appreciate all of you out there for your support, for your comments. And, they might not comment much on the page, but we receive calls
from other mediums.
Yes, they call and different opinions and everything. So, we are putting things together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to use this platform and this medium to give a huge shout out to our last guest.
Yes.
Shout out to Chef Pepsi.
Chef
Shout out to
Boss
Chef
Lady.
Pepsi. Yeah. We are laughing. She's probably watching this and knowing why we are laughing. Chef, you know why we are laughing. Shout out to you for giving us the opportunity to interview you and have a conversation with you. It It was amazing. And if you are watching this video and you don't know what we're talking about, just go to our channel on YouTube and then you see the video and you know what we're talking about. It was an amazing conversation with the chef and you learn a lot.
Yes, our last video is the grass is greener where you water the ground.
Yeah.
So you can search it and then view.
Yeah.
You will really enjoy it.
Amazing experience.
So, but next week we'll have a special guest,
Yeah.
and then today there's something we want to talk about, and
Yeah.
I think it's involve everybody. If you out there listening to us, I want you to listen attentively and see what we are bringing, because it's going to be hot discussion between me and Kelvin, and at the same time, we need your comments.
Yeah, of course.
So
of
today's
course.
today's topic will be rebranding yourself. Rebranding yourself. You know, we were thinking earlier that why can't we go with branding or branding yourself? But I think in some sense that we are already a brand. As long as you are 18 upward, you have become a brand.
Even before that.
Yes, maybe. So yourself, you are a brand on your, in your status. Your company is another brand. So you can incorporate both. But today we're going to speak in diverse areas wherever that we can rebrand. So now today the topic once again is rebranding yourself.
Yeah.
So Kelvin,
Yeah.
what do you see about rebranding?
It's like I told you, like behind the mic or behind the camera. I told you that this is like a whole broad conversation because first of all we have to know the definition of what a brand is before we even talk about what rebranding is. Brand is, like, to my understanding, I don't want to use like a dictionary explanation of what a brand is. A brand is you. A brand is yourself. A brand is what you give off. Is the aura you give off. Is the vibe you give off to other people. What people know you as. When you leave the room, what people say about you when you leave, the things you leave behind when you leave a room. I feel like that's what a brand is.
Exactly.
That's what people know you as. Now I want to use you as an example. You know that on your phone now, if we take, I'm telling you guys, if you take Sir Patrick's phone right now, and you he knows what I want to talk about.
No,
and
I don't know.
You go through the contact list, you see that Sir Patrick has branded every single individual on his phone, not with their names, but with the vibe they gave off to him, with what they left behind after he had a conversation with them. You understand?
Exactly.
So your brand is you. Your brand is what you choose to give off. It's a choice. Yeah, that's what I feel a brand is.
Exactly. You just nailed it. And then I think that is exactly what brand is. But from my point of view, it's still the same thing though. It's just that thing that people are saying about you. What are they talking about you? Are you the best guy in your area? Are you the good guy, or are you happy, or are you sad? You know, those things are the things that people see, you know, when it comes to your brand. So somebody can just see you and say, that guy is always sad. So you are just giving that. You have just given out
the
that
sad guy. You become the sad guy.
Exactly. So now, even different business say, okay, why are you not going to KFC? No, I prefer what do you call McDonald's, or I prefer Burger King or Chicken Recipe, and you know, things like that. But today, because you have already had a brand yourself. So now today, what we are going to talk about is rebranding.
Yeah.
So Kelvin, why do we need to rebrand?
Okay. Somebody, yeah, I say this quote all the time. Jay-Z said, everybody is born with a genius level talent.
Exactly.
You know, but not everybody is utilizing that genius level talent, or not everybody know that they have that genius level talent. Why? It's because they didn't rebrand themselves. They didn't amplify that brand that they have. Rebranding is basically amplifying your brand. Rebranding is re-strategizing who you are or what you used to be. People think that rebranding only comes when you have a problem or when you have an issue. It happens in the entertainment world all the time. Maybe somebody does something, maybe like 5 years ago, and then in another 5 years they'll come back as a new brand. They will start doing something. They will start changing their lifestyle, the way the kind of music they release or the kind of entertainment they are into. They will change. That's what rebranding is in the entertainment world. So I feel like if you don't have an issue, or if you don't have a problem that sets you back, or you don't have a bad reputation that sets you back, rebranding is basically amplifying what your brand is already. It's like tapping into that brand and just evolving with the trend of time. A lot of people just technology is amazing right now. Things are happening.
Exactly.
I want to use DJ Khaled as an example. DJ Khaled is you know who DJ Khaled is. DJ Khaled is an American DJ, BET award winner, Grammy nominee. Yeah, he's big. So a few years ago, it was big. A few years ago, like we knew DJ Khaled, but he didn't have like a reputation. He didn't have what would I call it? He didn't have that bop. He didn't have that thing that would set him differently in a crowd. He didn't have that thing that would make him stand out in a crowd.
Yeah.
So guess what he did? There was nothing he could do at that time, because in his mind he has already exhausted his brand. Like he has won awards, but he's still not up there. There are like other DJs that are doing bigger than him. There are other DJs that are on top. So he was depressed. He was depressed. He was going through a lot at the time. His album was speaking something. His life was saying another thing. He was going through a lot. And nobody knew what he was going through. We just knew DJ Khaled was going through something. He would come on interviews and he would just be depressed. The whole interview would be down. And we didn't understand. So a few years back, Snapchat came out. Snapchat came and people started using it. A lot of people were using it for the wrong reasons. They were showing nude pictures and whatever. They were doing a bunch of stuff with it. So DJ Khaled took it upon himself to be himself. He took Snapchat as a tool. Every morning when he wake up, he will start Snapchatting. He will Snapchat from the morning, from what he eats, till the night when he sleeps. He started doing it all the time. So one day, he left his apartment because he was on a break. He left his apartment and he went out. He was in his car and he came down. Normally he goes out. He came down to go and buy something. Guess what happened?
What happened?
Sabat. This has never happened to him before. He said hundreds of people were rushing him to just take a photo with him. They just want to be in his midst. They want to Snapchat him so that he will be on their Snapchat. So Snapchat became a tool for his rebrand. He didn't know it at the time. He was just having fun. But after a while, that thing became his rebranding structure. Like it became a thing for him to rebrand. He now turned it into a business. He started doing more Snapchat. He started talking about his music that he was going to release. Snapchat called him to their office. They had a meeting with him. Facebook called him to their office. They had a meeting with him. Now, he might not know that it was rebranded, or maybe there was no PRO team at the time saying that, we want to use Snapchat for you to rebrand. But he has rebranded himself. DJ Khaled didn't go through it. He didn't do anything bad, but that was a way for him to rebrand himself. So rebranding can come from different angles. It just depends on what you are doing and what stage of your life you are in.
Wow. But when you look at that, I think rebranding, from my point of view, I think rebranding is a bit bigger than that, because
Yeah, of course.
bigger than you using Facebook, because it's just, or using Snapchat, like you said, by DJ Khaled. But this is what I want to let us see about. I mean, talk about rebranding. Rebranding, when it comes to rebranding, you are changing everything, not in totality, but in some areas, what they used to know you for, what you really represent, and you want to change it in entirety. Like, for example, if you are singing, maybe country song, and they know you to be country singer, and then you now decided, because maybe the market is not there anymore, or there's issue with you singing it, maybe you are outdated, and then you want to, your audience. Your audience have overgrown whatever you are giving out. You understand? They like you, they like your personality, but what you are singing is outdated to what they really want. So for you to evolve, you would change so many things to step up the game, and that is why you and I and everyone listening should find a way, look, flash back in your life, see where you are, where you are coming from, and see if there's something wrong. Especially, you see most people that travel overseas, travel abroad, and you see that their life start changing just because they are out of their comfort zone, and they are in another country, and they are seeing different people. You see some people, they start learning new things. So that can help you to rebrand. So when you go back, the way you talk, the way you see things, it will be quite different. So we can take rebranding from the personal thing. We can, from inside out. You can rebrand yourself from inside out. First, how do you do that? For example, when you figure out what your problem really is, what you don't do, like you said, is not only when it's problem.
Because I wanted to say something, because you said you have to change from inside out, but you know that most of the brands that we see right now in the 21st century, a lot of them don't actually change their inside. They just make it seem like they do.
Of course, what you do all the times. Really, what you do all the time, sometimes it's become part of you.
It will stick. I totally
somehow.
understand.
But when it comes to rebranding, when it comes to rebranding yourself, you want to change, you want to evolve, you want to move higher, you want to move to another level. So that's what rebranding is. There are some companies they change, from what they are known for to another names. You understand? They change the name, they change the look, they change the approach, they change the way they talk to their audience.
But is their product is their product different, or is it the same?
No, they will have to work on their product also. Because if you want to rebrand, when you talk rebrand, you are changing everything. Even with that company, you want looking at yourself, your own self, you can rebrand yourself. And okay, I remember when I was talking to someone about a musician, that how do you? I said we can help you brand your singer. We can brand them. He said it will start from not going out. You have to be indoor. You have to limit the people you see all the time. So if they didn't see you for like 3 months, but you are just in the studio giving music, you understand? So when they see you, you become another thing, another person. Seeing you on TV, seeing your music, then they won't see you like the person they were seeing before. So that is as slow as it is. You can rebrand yourself from the inside, from as low as it is, the way you talk, the people, your type of people you move with,
Yeah.
yeah, all those things, it's part of your
I
branding.
totally,
Or
I totally understand,
Yeah.
and I agree with you.
yeah.
But let's not make this sound like a lot of people would accept to do that.
Of course, of course.
Now we both heard of the phrase "fake it until you make it." That's rebranding too.
Of course.
That's the formula. That's the entertainment formula of rebranding.
But it depends.
Faking it till you make it.
But it depends. It's not everybody that will want to fake it to make it.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
understand?
pretty sure that a strong 60%.
Of course. I know that because really people want to follow you when they can see results, and then you can rent result. So you decide to rent the result like you don't have car, you take someone's car and then you show off, and they will thought, oh my god, that is the new car and everything. So and they will just see your shoes, sneakers and everything, and they will want to follow.
Of course,
your
of course.
but at the same time, within you know when you fake things, but it is better when it's genuine.
Yeah, of course.
You bring the real you out.
Mm.
And I think when we talk about rebranding at the same time, we can see rebranding from the angle of making corrections in our mistakes.
Yeah.
So if you can make correction to all those mistakes you have been doing, so something that you have done that is outrageous, that it has affected your personality, then if you can change it, then it's part of rebranding.
Okay. Let's put this into perspective now, because somebody might be listening and be thinking, we're just giving them theoretical basis of this. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. A lot of people are tired of hearing that. Now let's talk in practical now. So Patrick, I will give you a company, and I will ask you, and I will never ask you. I want you to give us an approach on how they can rebrand. Okay. We all know about the H&M scandal. Where they put what was the thing they put on the shirt? Something monkey in the jungle, and then black people started to protest, and then their business went low, and they've not been able to survive from that in a while. They've not been able to get their step back since that time. H&M now, like before, you go to an H&M store and a lot of people will be there because the brand is amazing, the clothes are kind of cheap, you understand? So a company like that, now you were telling you were talking about how look at your past and then try to amend what you've done wrong, or try to fix your mistakes. A company like that and a scandal like that, what do you think? What do you think their rebranding formula should be? What do you think their rebranding formula would be? Because they are still struggling. H&M is a rich company. They have PR teams. They have teams that can do rebranding, but still they've not been able to figure it out. What do you think a company like that should do? Or what do you think a company like that can do to get their step back?
Well, I think from someone that it's not the entire company that make that error. Maybe their leader.
Yeah, wait. No, now you want to say it's not the
yes.
The entire company is facing
it. Yes.
So don't say
yes. Of course, someone made that.
Of course,
mistake.
Yes.
That affected the whole company.
So
now, what they need to do, first, is to change that they have to get someone new that is not racist in
They've
nature.
they've already done that.
Okay, sure, they will have done that. But now they need to put all those things they put out before. They need to put it right. How? In what sense? Just listen.
No, I'm waiting for
So,
you to learn. I
now-
want to see that thing that you want to
Yeah,
tell me.
the sense in a sense that people why people dislike it is just like they felt it's racist.
Yeah.
So you have to now push out, show. I mean, the energy you'll be pushing and you'll be showing off now that you are not a racist. It's not because of it's racist. And then you have to start showing it itself.
Okay.
Though it is very easy to destroy. When you compare to rebuild, you understand, when you destroy it, you can destroy something in one day, but it will take years
But
to rebuild.
yeah, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
The average customer will tell you that they are pandering to them, as in, okay, you are not racist now because we caught you being racist.
Yes.
So how do we believe you are not racist? Because you are just pandering us. You are giving us the notion that you are not racist just so you can get your brand back, just so you can rebrand.
See,
How do we believe
they're
your
not.
brand? How do we have faith in your brand once more?
Yeah, it's very difficult, right? Because first impression really matters.
Yeah.
So, but when it's like you lose the door to a very wonderful shortcut, then you have to look for another door. Now, what I'm trying to say now, you have already gotten some audience, customers that they are really rooting for you in the beginning. Then you made that mistake. Then when you now start correcting it, it's like rebuilding. When you rebrand, it's like rebuilding. So despite the negativity that people have seen, will still be there, but because you have changed, and then you did not, some people, they will change for some time. They will retrace their
that was what I was
steps
talking
for some
about.
time.
That's what I was talking about. The fake it until you make it.
So they will retrace their steps for some time, and they will go back. You understand? So, but if you make it original, and then the people know that you are sorry, and with time, you will see that you will rebuild new audience. With time, you will rebuild new audience.
But
So that is why they didn't close up.
yeah, do you think that do you think there's an amount of rebranding that could be done for them to get their structure back?
Well, it's just based on time. There's no when you change the person. Some people have done silly things more than that.
Yeah.
You understand? They have done worse than that, and they're still standing. I remember when they were talking about Coke, about Coca-Cola, that they didn't state the amount of sugar in the Coke.
Even
You understand? Like that. So, but if you notice, they now decided to get Coke, produce Coke that with
Coke Zero,
Coke
Coke
Zero,
Light.
and like that, light.
Yeah.
Things like that. So you now make your choice, whatever you want, and you wanted. So, but initially they got it that what they did is not right. They are not saying exact what they have in their contents, but it didn't affect them like that because they are big,
Yeah.
and though
Such
they
companies-
still
su-
make.
Such companies don't really feel that effect.
But not that they didn't. What about 7-Up?
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I mean, they will feel it. They will
Ah.
feel it, but their core customer base will still be there. of
Will
course.
be there, but if they didn't, assuming they didn't make changes,
No,
like
they have to make that
light-
effort now.
Yes,
They have to make that effort. Of
They-
course.
They start producing Light, Coke Zero,
Yeah.
and things like that. So that is, if you are affected so hard, if whatever wrong you have done affected you so bad, then don't worry, just start rebuilding. Start rebranding yourself. For example, let's just take it to personal life again.
Mm.
There are some people, they have been convicted before and they have been in prison. So that stigma will follow them all over the place. But what people usually try to see is that when you are talking, they will keep quiet and start studying you.
Yeah.
Is it really changed? Has it really changed? Or is just pretending, or it's just for some time? They will test you with different things. But if your approach, if you really change, as in the genuine rebrand of yourself, rebranding yourself, then you will keep to that changes you are making.
Yeah.
So, and then when you are making that changes, it has to reflect. So then, when you are building your brand, normally in the early stage of your life, and you are just living your life the way you want to live it, then you don't care what people say. You are just living your life. And then when it not get to a point where you want to start building your life, that rebranding now, you want to start building it, then you still don't have to care about what people say, because some people might just tell you that is not true. They can never change. He can never change. He's a criminal. He has been convicted. And that can take you back.
You just took.
Yes, it
You
would
just
take.
took me to. You just took me to Nigerian politics. Well, let's not get into that. We don't have the time. For
Yeah.
that.
So what we need to do when you are rebranding is that you have to study your audience again. You have to restudy the audience, and you have to make it loud. You have to make it like you have to communicate what you are doing. So you have to communicate it, because most time, if you rebrand yourself, or you change many things about your life, and then nobody knows, they just know that you are a criminal, or they know that you are one-time rapist, you are one-time this and that, all the stigma stuff, and then they are now looking at you like that. There's nothing you can do until you start, communicating it. As a company, you have to do the same thing. If your logo is like a circle with cross there, and now you want to rebrand, and you have to push it out. You have to ask questions. What do people say about us? What do they think about me?
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do a survey.
Exactly.
What I feel is, what I understand for rebranding is, one, if you are ready to rebrand, you have to put time. You have to take time into consideration. It will take a lot of time.
Yeah.
It will take a lot of time because first of all, those agendas that you have to implement, they have to become part of your life, like Sir Patrick said.
Yeah.
You have to start living those things. Those implementations have to be part of you. They have to be you. Because a lot of people get caught off guard. Like, you do something, you do something for people to see, and then internally you're doing the wrong thing. And then one day you get caught off guard, and then the whole brand crumbles after that. So you have to learn. It's not even learn. You have to make your rebrand a part of yourself. You have to live your rebrand. You have to walk your rebrand. You have to take that rebrand personal. It has to be a part of you. Then you see yourself strive.
Not that you rebrand for 1 year and then you change again.
Yeah, because people and companies, they rebrand for different
reasons.
For different reasons.
Exactly.
They rebrand They rebrand for so many different reasons.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Kanye West, for example,
Mm-hmm.
he used to design sneakers for Nike. Nike is more than $1 billion company, more than $1 billion empire.
Yeah.
So he started to rant a while ago. Like, he got an Adidas deal a while after that. After the ranting, he got an Adidas deal, and they gave him everything Nike couldn't. He was telling them that they just treat him like an artist. He will just draw the sneakers. They will produce it. He gets his cut, of course, but there's no royalty. Like, he doesn't get that feeling like he's Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Jordan. Jordan is a huge brand. If you remove Jordan from Nike, Nike will feel it. You understand? So he was ranting about that he wants that kind of feeling. That he wants his family to be secured for life. But they couldn't give him that. So Adidas put him to the side, and then they probably offered him more than that. Guess what Nike did after?
What did they do?
They started giving more deals to black people. Because Kanye West went on the radio and told everybody, he said, don't go into a Nike. It was like, if you are in front of the Nike shop right now, don't go inside the Nike shop.
And it's really affected.
It's Kanye West apart. So that thing must have affected them in a way. So they decided to rebrand by giving more contracts out
to that set of people.
Yeah, but the funny thing about that is that people see through those kind of rebranding, because you're not doing it for the right reasons. You're just doing it because you want to be in the conversation of, we're giving black people deals. If you go in the comment section, whenever Nike gives somebody a deal on an athletic deal or a basketballer, you see go to the comments and they be like, they are just doing it so that black people can go in their shop to buy stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They always say that because that's not. I don't feel like that's a great rebrand.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask a question based on that. When it's personal, your life. Okay, I can really say, okay, you have to come real. You understand? But when it becomes company, you understand? And company.
Yeah, going so well.
Yes. When company is serving different type of people that see things your way, or the way you see things, and people that see things halfway the way you see things, and some people that is just opposite you, you know. So now you have to look. You do survey. What did they like? You might not like it. You know what people really want. What do they want? And that is what you do. You understand? That is when it comes to business, rebranding your business.
Yeah.
You know, there's some really, when you want to rebrand your system, your own business, now it's not your life now. It's not you. Because there's some business that is run by black people, and they decided not to be the face of that business. They only own it.
Yeah.
And they allow
somebody be the front of it.
Yes, exactly, to do it. Because they know that, okay, if I front this, then it would devalue the business. Like, it will cost me a lot. You understand? So, and that is why they decided to be in the background. And that is far down background. You understand? So, now what I'm trying to say here is that when it comes to business, you don't really need to be. It doesn't have to be your real self.
It doesn't have to be personal.
Exactly. So you can do, as long as that is what people want, and that is what will save the business. You just do it. Yeah.
Do you know what's funny about that?
Uh-huh.
Do you know that if Nike, like back to my scenario, if they gave Kanye West that thing he was asking for, they would have grossed more by now.
Well, you can't say that.
Yes, I can say that because when Adidas gave him the deal, Kanye West, that brand that he brought to Adidas, I was supposed to give to Nike, is worth almost $1 billion right now.
Of course, you see, to everything, there's always two sides. There's two sides to things. You understand? If assuming they gave him what he wants, they gave Kanye West what he wanted. You know, he will not sell them. He might not sell them the way, you know. There's no.
He was already selling.
You know, your son. Okay, there's
at
different.
A large way.
Okay,
at a large rate.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me explain to you when you are selling what you have already been selling. for years. You understand? And to when this person now asks you, go away, and then you went the other side. Listen.
I totally understand where you are going.
Then you are now going there, and then you say, don't go here. They maltreated me. They did this. They did that. People are just moving towards, galvanizing towards you because of feelings.
There's more support.
Exactly. Because, and then you have something to say. You know, there's something that you are speaking to someone's feelings.
Yeah, but
you understand?
What I feel is he would have still been able to put those numbers in Nike.
It might not be equal. It might not be the same.
It might not be the same, but it will be almost, because
of course
he was already pulling those numbers.
But now that mistake has been done.
Yeah,
and now Nike, they are correcting it.
They are correcting it, but
they
are feeling it.
Of course, they will feel it.
Yeah,
and that is why they are trying to rebrand.
Yeah, like, that's where the rebranding comes.
Exactly,
that's where the rebranding comes. In.
And then again, like I said earlier, that your great ideas means nothing. If it's behind bad picture. If you have a very wonderful ideas, but the energy you are giving out or the picture that's representing you is bad. For example, you're a very good person, but the first thing that people see is that they figure that you are stubborn, you fight all the time.
That becomes your brand.
Yes, that is what people will see from distance. But that intelligence that you have, or the brilliant ideas, people will not come to you for advice. They will not approach you for things, for better things. So you need to push out the best ideas, best pictures of you
to help represent.
Exactly, that will represent you.
Yeah.
That's why you see different company changing logos.
Yeah.
So even in your life, you have to change your logo. And how? When you are walking in the street, and then you guess two people are walking, and the other person, you're dressing, is another way of showing your picture.
Yeah.
Two people are walking, and then one is sagging with different type of hairstyles, and then the other person dressed well arranged, and despite you are dressing rugged, you still have something upstairs.
Yeah.
But people will not look at that. What they go for is
that outward vibe.
Yes, they will first go to the outward vibe, outward dressing, outward look. So that is when they use to access you.
Yeah.
So we want to encourage you, if you have been dressing in a way and have been limiting you. I've heard several people, some of my friends, that you will see police will stop them all the time. The police is just being stupid, things like that. I said, no. See, let me tell you, first, when police stop you, your reaction really matters.
Yeah.
Okay, your dressing
is another thing.
Is another thing. When police is under the sun, or when they're supposed to be sleeping, they are there on the road trying to keep everybody safe, and then they now stop you doing their duty, and then you are now like
giving off a negative vibe.
Yes, you are now upset, asking them why would they stop you, and that is where that is the way they will stop normal criminals.
Yeah.
That are supposed to hurt other person, and they will stop that person, and it will save someone's life. So now you are now feeling bad. So they will say, okay, for you doing this way, they will treat you differently compared to someone that smile and greet them. How is everything?
Yeah.
Hope work is going on fine. And then they just say, okay, yes, good. Let me see your this, let me see your that. And you are able to provide whatever you need you need for driving. So it's very, very important.
Yeah, your dressing It's part of your brand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I want to say something from what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Your rebranding doesn't have to come because you have a problem or you have something you want to solve or you have something you want to reach. You can rebrand yourself before those things happen. That's the problem with society. We always wait for something bad to happen before we rebrand.
Before you rebrand.
But what you don't know is that you can rebrand yourself before that problem occurs. You can do research. You can people do survey. Like, what do our customers like? What can we do to further make our products better?
Yeah.
What can we do to further make our services better?
Exactly.
And then when those results come back, you use that result to rebrand yourself instead of waiting
until
for Sir Patrick's company to come and pack all your customers, and then you now start looking for how to rebrand. We can rebrand every day. People come into your office or your company and they want to buy something. Your customer service, your customer relations towards those people can give you a feedback on how to rebrand. And that's what we don't do as a society. That's what so many countries don't do. That's what it happens in politics.
Exactly.
I didn't want to say this, but let me just say it. Like during election time, our politicians will be rebranding. But that's Nigerians have seen through. They've seen through it already.
Exactly.
Because that's when you start saying, "I want to do this, I want to do that." But that's not rebranding. Your rebranding would have come when you were in power 4 years.
Of course.
That was when the rebranding was supposed to come in.
You know, I was saying that it's very simple. If you want re-election, just do something. But I think that would be another story because if you face that channel, there's a lot to talk about.
No, Sabashik, we need to talk about that. Like, we need to.
Yes,
maybe we'll probably bring a guest. Yeah. And then we'll just have that conversation.
Exactly.
Because that conversation needs to be had.
Well, I really want us to know or take this out of this conversation that, I mean, if there's something you hold very well, is this point that a good rebranding can help you shake off an old reputation.
Yeah.
You know, something you've missed it in life. You've did something wrong, like I use maybe convict, someone that has been in jail, someone that you have one stigma or the other. Yeah. You have one bad name or the other.
A good rebranding can take away that stigma.
A good rebranding can take it out.
Yeah.
All what they are watching is they want to see what you are doing differently. Yeah. So if you can do something differently, you start gaining people's sympathy and your concern. Life, yes, your life, everything will start changing.
Your life will change. Like, exactly. You would see it change.
Exactly.
You will see that change because when you rebrand and your rebrand affects you personally, you will see that change. Yeah. Not when you rebrand and I'm talking about personal. I'm not talking about company based.
Company,
now. Yeah. If you rebrand and then you're watching it, you're looking at it like it's statistics, and you're watching your rebrand, you're looking at a wave and waiting for it. You will just be there for years. But if you do it, you're doing it in a way, trying to change your lifestyle, trying to make your life better. Trying to put your life in a different perspective. You will see yourself. You will shine bright. Yeah. You will shine bright. Your life will change for the better.
Wow, that is amazing. And because of time, we think
we always do this. We always do this. I feel like they should give us 4 hours.
Time is not always on our side, and we really want to appreciate those of viewers and then listenership. Yeah. For the support and taking their time to listen to us. Yeah. Please, we want you to as well comment if you are watching the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Comment.
If you have any feedbacks. Yeah. If this discussion we are having, myself and Sir Patrick, we are not just having this discussion just to have it. We're having discussion so that our viewership can be part of it.
Exactly.
So that we want to hear your ideas.
Yeah.
We want to hear your ideas. And hopefully, we can get you on this platform so you can air your ideas.
Exactly.
Just go to the comment section and just comment what you think and your ideas so that we can better help other people's lives.
Good. So we want to appreciate you all for listening once again. And this is the DIYS podcast.
Yep.
The Do It Yourself podcast.
Yep.
You know, you can always do things yourself. You don't need to wait for anyone. And that is the reason we are here.
Yeah.
So the DIYS podcast. Thank you once again, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope to catch you
next time.
Next time.
Peace. Thank you guys.